Hello, in this demo video I'd like to walk you through one of our latest and most powerful features for Cloud 66 Maestro. Maestro Clusters are native Kubernetes clusters built, managed, and maintained on your own servers by Cloud 66. A cluster can be deployed on any cloud or on your own servers or both, from one server to hundreds of servers. Maestro Clusters run a clean, upstream Kubernetes where you can scale up and down according to your needs or upgrade with a simple-to-use dashboard, as you can expect from us at Cloud 66. The benefits of using Maestro Clusters are 1. Deploy much faster, or build once, deploy many times. While building a cluster might take 10 to 20 minutes, if you have a pre-built cluster, you can deploy your app directly to it and save 80 to 90% of that time. 2. Move applications in seconds. Each one of your applications is deployed as an isolated namespace onto the cluster. This means you can manage, move, or delete it from the cluster with a click without affecting the other applications running on the same cluster. You also won't need to rebuild the server every time you decide on moving an app to another cluster. 3. Reduce your cloud bills by 40 to 60%. This is based on our own experience. By sharing resources or servers between different applications, you can be more efficient. For example, you can now choose fewer but larger cloud servers and deploy many small applications onto them without worrying about the cost of new servers adding up. And 4. Ensure security and configuration compliance. By sending applications to specific servers and specific clusters, you can make sure that they end up where they need to be in terms of permissions, encryption, firewalls, configuration, and much more. Let's take a closer look. Maestro has two main views on the top left, applications and clusters. If we stick with the applications view, when we want to deploy an app, Maestro will spin up public cloud machines and then build a cluster on top, all this on demand. But what if as an ops person I want to make sure that each app is sent to a specific cluster? And what if as a developer I want to make sure that I'm more agile and can deploy faster? This is where the clusters view comes in. First I'm going to click on the clusters view, and then I'll create a new cluster. I'm going to give it a name and choose a cloud provider. For this example I'll choose AWS, and I won't link it up to my VPC to keep it simple. I can choose a region and a machine type, as well as specify the number of servers I want for the worker nodes. It's all ready to go. I just need to click Build. And now it is spinning up. Let's take a look at an existing cluster while we wait. We've got the main view here, and on the right, the operations menu. In servers, I can look at my servers and look at some important information as well as metrics and logs. Update history gives me a view of my updates. Hovering over the circle gives me the highlights of each update, and I can also choose some settings, including even updating Docker and Kubernetes themselves. Configuration files gives me a YAML editor for my manifest, as well as a view on, in this case, my Nginx and some deploy hooks that I may want to put in here. Network gives me a look at firewall traffic and other related settings. I can also choose specific settings to always be deployed to my clusters. And this area, settings and information, is a good place to look at fine-grained user access control, notifications, and various bits of useful information. Let's try to deploy an app to this cluster. I'll choose an app that has already been built by SkyCap, our container deployment pipeline. I can either choose to deploy it via formations, which are pre-configured Kubernetes environments if I'm using an OpenShift or GK or another Kubernetes service, or choose Maestro if I'm using Cloud 66's product. Here I will be able to choose my target cloud. Of course, the cluster appears at the bottom of the menu now. I can also add another service, stateful service like a database, outside of the cluster. In this example, I'll keep it simple and just deploy my app to the cluster. This will take 2 minutes. I've sped it up for this video. I can now visit my site, see if it's live. It is. It's a very simple Go app. I'll just refresh to show you that these are different containers underneath this app. And that is it. It took under 2 minutes to deploy my app to a pre-installed cluster and fully enjoy the benefits of Maestro Clusters and Kubernetes.